All right, hello and welcome, and hello, Sin. Yeah, I do like a 15-minute like build up to my stream. My stream will always start at the same time, so it's noon Eastern Standard Time. So depending on what time zone you're in, if you're in Europe, usually it's about a 6-hour thing, so it's probably what 6 p.m. for you guys right now. So it gives you a rough idea. But yeah, I give a little bit of time when I give out the announcement because I've noticed in the past when I stream it takes people a little bit of time to get the notification and get into the stream sometimes. So I just give them that time. Alrighty, let's get going with the stream. So we are going to be playing, starting off with Tarkov, and then we're going to move on to Mordhau. This will be the first time I'm playing Mordhau. I've been wanting to play Mordhau for a while, and I think I mentioned it on a previous stream. And I kept putting off buying it because I was hoping it would go on sale during the Steam summer sale, and it didn't, which I kind of was disappointed with. So it obviously didn't go on sale, and I want to play it eventually. My one hesitation is it's a multiplayer focus game, and I know Tarkov is that way too. But sometimes, especially more recently, I get a little scared with games that are built around multiplayer because you never really know when they're just going to disappear on you. Like the player base will die and then it just goes away. So $30 isn't a ton of money, all things considered, but it is a significant amount of money if the game dies in a month, So oh well, it's the kind of game that's right up my alley, so I really do need to play it because I've played Mountain Blade, I've played War of the Roses, I played Chivalry. There's probably one I'm forgetting, but I've played a lot of the medieval combat games, and this is just right in that wheelhouse. So it's really a game that I think I'm going to enjoy, and I feel like I've given it a little time, so any kinks that may be in it are worked out. Granted, people are going to have, an experience level that have been playing it for a little while now. And I don't remember 100% when it came out, but it's only been a few months tops. All right, let's go ahead and get over to the game. As if the game captures. Uh-oh. I think my bitrate just went into the toilet. So I apologize if the stream just froze there for a second. It should be okay now. Let me also get my stream timer going. Sure. Make sure that's working. There it is. All right, cool. We're all good to go. So we'll play 2 hours of Tarkov, and then we'll go into Mordhau for the next 2. Alright, so as far as everything goes, I'm still trying to do the quest where I have to kill scavs with this gear. It's been kind of a pain in my butt to do this. I do have a couple things of insurance coming in, so if I am lucky, I have a couple more M4s and some armor if we die. But hopefully that doesn't happen. As far as where I'm in progress-wise, I'm over halfway done, if I remember. So I finished Woods and Customs last night. So all I have left is Shoreline, which I only need 4 more kills, and Interchange, which I need 5. So that's where we're sitting at right at the moment. Okay, so with that being said, I think we can go right into it because I'm already loaded up. I believe I have... Oh, I picked up a key. I did do an Interchange run, so I'll sell that one later. But I'm more or less ready to go. I think I want to go to Interchange, but we'll take a look at like what time frame we're looking at here. Okay, so we've got 7:30 p.m. or a.m. Let's go to 7:30 p.m. So we're going on to Interchange. At least I think I picked Interchange. We'll get a confirmation here in a little bit. Make sure everything's insured. Looks like it is. We've got our ammo, we've got backup ammo, we've got a key tool, which we already checked, and our wallet and medicals. So we're all more or less good to go. Yeah, all right, we're ready. Yeah. I'm fairly familiar with the time zones because I do... Leo, who's my mod, is from the Netherlands, so... he's 6 hours ahead of me. Or 6 hours later, however you want to say that. So, So I have a number of European friends over the internet that I communicate with on a regular basis. So I got a pretty good idea of the time zones involved. Don't ask me the other time zones though. I don't really know. I know Australia, like usually speaking with Australia, when I'm getting up in the morning, the Australians are going to bed, and then when I'm going to bed, the Australians are getting up. So they're kind of a like reverse schedule to where I am. Which does make it tough. Like, Pestily is one of the bigger Escape from Tarkov streamers. And thankfully, he gets up pretty early in the morning oftentimes to stream. So I can see him in the evening. Like, I think he starts at, like, I don't know, 8 p.m. my time or something around there. But then his stream will go, like, well past my bedtime, you know? So... I don't really stay up into the wee hours of the morning, though. So if I did that, then I'd probably have more contact with that time zone. But I get up, it depends, but I usually get up at around about, let's say, 7 a.m. So my time. And then I usually go to bed at like, you know, 10, 10:30, maybe 11 o'clock at night. So, you know, I get maybe like 4 hours of interaction time with that time zone, because they're usually getting up about 7 p.m. my time, depending on when they get up. So it's an interesting dynamic, all these time zones and what have you. It's one of the things that always makes you wonder about like shows like Star Trek, you know? I know that they addressed that on one episode of Star Trek. I don't remember which show it was. It could have been Enterprise or one of those where an alien race got annoyed because the ship wasn't keeping the planet's local time, which is still kind of a weird concept because the planet's local time. If the planet has time zones, what time do you pick? I guess the capital would be what you would pick. Yeah. I think I got up at about 6 this morning. And then I went to bed about 10:30, 11. So that was kind of the time frame for me to today. Yeah, I went back to, so in my last stream, I switched to 50 FOV to like, because the lasers don't really work at 75 FOV. But, you know what? I played a little bit more last night, and I just couldn't get used to the 50 FOV. It really changes a lot of your perspective. And having played so many hours of 75 FOV, it was too weird of a change for me. So I ended up going back to 75. So the lasers aren't going to be accurate, but the red dots should be okay. So as you'll see here as I walk around, the laser won't really stay with the red dot. It should, but it won't. So the laser's not really going to be very accurate for me, but it will be maybe a rough idea of where we're shooting. Okay, so I hear gunshots. It sounds like it's over that direction, which is kind of where I'm heading. Was that something I can pick up on the ground there? Looks like a Salwa. Indeed it is. Okay, that's actually a good pickup here. I already have a used one, so we'll just switch those two out, and we'll use this one until it gets depleted, and then we have a backup one if we need it. That's not a bad little find there. Salwa is, in my opinion, one of the better medical kits. Honestly, the IFAKs are like the best one because it's only one space and you get 300 health. Well, it's an online game. You can play offline. But even when you're playing offline, you're using their servers. So we'll just say it's an online game. So yeah, when you play offline mode, you still have lag issues and all the other stuff that you have with this game. But the question with the lag, is it the server or is it how unoptimized this game is right now? I don't know. But this game has a lot of issues with that. But the next patch, they're going to have an engine update, which hopefully will help a lot of the nonsense that we deal with, because ever since I played this game, and I've been playing it for maybe a year, maybe more, it has had those issues of server hiccups, lag issues. So yeah, when you guys see me like you have freeze ups and stuff, that's the game. That's just how it runs. And it doesn't matter what computer you have. I just build a computer, and I have a pretty high-end computer, and I have problems with this game. People that have lower-end systems have problems with this game. It doesn't really matter. No computer runs this game well. It just doesn't run well. And I would say that's like the biggest complaint of this game. Of all the things that you have in the game that may be frustrating, that's the biggest problem. And I think that's a problem that's universal for everybody. But the game has a lot going for it, so you kind of forgive it in some ways. Whether it deserves that forgiveness, I don't know, but... the developers work hard on it, though, so... it at least gives you a reason to, like, give them some leeway. We're not really headed to an area that has scavs, which is our objective here. But that's okay. We can do a little bit of looting. That juice might be helpful because we're probably going to be on the map for a while. In my opinion, on this map, especially if we're going after scavs, the longer I'm on the map, the more rewarding it's going to be. And I also... it's kind of weird because this map is very dangerous, but I think its most dangerous moments is actually very early in the match when you're a PMC. It's going to be dangerous no matter what, at all times. But I think the most dangerous moment is when you spawn on the map with all the other PMCs, because the PMCs are all going to go into the mall area over there. And just getting into the mall is when everybody's going to run into each other. If you do offline mode, then no, you don't have to deal with players. I'll even show you kind of like what the offline mode is. I think last time you joined me, yesterday, I was doing an offline run just for fun. The advantage of the offline mode is that you don't lose anything. It's kind of just like a for fun practice mode. The downside though is you don't gain anything either. So anything that you loot or any of the experience you get doesn't really count. You have to play online for anything to count. But if you just want to have fun, or you want to practice the maps, that's actually one of the biggest assets, because a big element of this game is the learning curve. Wow, my ping is really bad. I should be on the US servers, so the fact that it just spiked for a second there, so I guess that's alright. But yeah, the offline mode is great for learning the maps, because this game has a learning curve. A lot of that is learning the maps, learning where you need to go, learning all the things and where they are. Which is beyond just learning the map. Like, a game like this, it's not just learning, like, where things are, like, how to get to the extracts, for example, which is your first hurdle. When you're first playing this game, it's learning, okay, where do I need to go to survive? That's your first hurdle. But later on, it's learning the map well enough that you know where everything is. Because knowing where everything is, and I underlined everything, is really important. Because you need to know where the loot is, the good loot. You need to know where the scavs are if you have an objective to kill them, or if you just want to avoid them. You need to know where Killa is, the boss on this map. So all that stuff is important, and it takes a lot of time to learn that stuff. So you can learn a lot of it offline. Obviously, you won't have the player interaction, and there are things that are different on the offline, just slight differences. But it will give you a good idea where things are. I think the loot is slightly different, so you might not be able to learn 100% where the good loot is through that, but it is definitely a good tool. Especially for some of the maps, like Labs in particular. Labs is a very dangerous map, and the only way you can get on Labs is to have a key card, which is, it's kind of a rare drop. It's a one-use item. You use it one time to get on the map, and then, you can buy them, but they're kind of expensive. It's like 115k rubles if you have the unlock with the therapist, and you can only buy them like once every 3 hours or some such. So limited purchases. You can trade them on the flea market with other players, but they tend to have a premium. And a lot of players are looking for them. A very sought after item. So it's a good trade good. Like if you find key cards, It's a good thing, even if you don't want to go to labs, it's fine. What is our extract, so I know? Okay, so we're actually at the extract. It's right there. We're not going to extract, though, because we haven't done anything yet. So I have 2 quests that are relevant on this map. And Sin, I see that you're saying something, but can't really look at it just yet. I'll take a look at it when I'm in a little bit safer position. Which I'm not sure where that necessarily is, if there's any safe positions. Here, we'll hide in a bush. Okay. I think shooters are not really for me, especially when you need to collect your weapons, because I'm... yeah, I get you. You're more of a YOLO guy. I'm kind of that way too. Like, I like the more short to medium range engagements. I don't really like the snipe. So I agree with you. Getting sniped is not necessarily fun. Oh, auto and burst guns are not really your thing. You like shotguns. Okay. Well, I agree with you on that. I like shotguns as well. Shotguns are kind of... They're alright in this game, but they could be better, in my opinion. Yeah. Well, this game is definitely frustrating, and it's not for everybody. It's like one of those things where you have to be willing to take punishment. Because you will die, and you will die often. Even some of the best players in the game struggle to have a 50% survival rate. At the moment, my survival rate's at about 38%, but I'm getting better. Because I had a big period of time where I hadn't played the game. Because I was kind of just waiting for it to develop. And as a result... I was really rusty, and there was a lot of things I was doing that worked in the past that doesn't really work anymore, and it's just getting killed stupidly. So, like, trying to relearn the game and everything, when you first come into the game, your survival rate's going to be like, you know, maybe 15%. 12-15%. It'll be really low as you, like, learn the game and you try and figure out what you need to do. As you play more and more and more, your survival rate will go up, but, it takes time. So I think with the next wipe, which is when they do the next patch, they'll wipe everything. So everything I have will get lost. All the progress I've made will get lost, which is one of the reasons why I stopped playing, because I was kind of getting sick of that. Yeah, single precise shots. I really wish in this game that semi-automatic fire was better than it was. Because in the real world, full auto is not all that useful. It has its uses, but, like, if your objective is to you know, kill another person, full auto is really not the most effective way to do that. And especially in a rifle platform or a submachine gun or something. Maybe submachine guns are probably a little bit better with that kind of thing, but... So, yeah, in real life, full auto is just not as effective as video games and movies would like you to think. So, yeah, in the real world, most people would be on semi-auto most of the time, unless the need arises to be on full auto. You know, if you need to suppress the enemy and what have you, things that don't really matter in a video game, but if you need to suppress the enemy or what have you, then full auto, yeah, it has its place. But when your objective is to get hits and get kills or wounds or whatever, I mean, in the real world, hitting the guy at all, whether you kill him or not, is still kind of what you're trying to go for. This is kind of getting on a tangent here, but, like, for example, if we were to compare something, like if you played War Thunder, right, and there's the tank mode, or in World of Tanks or what have you, you know, in War Thunder, to have your tank die, it has to, like, be blown up, like an ammo explosion or something, or, like, all your crew members have to die. But in the real world, let's say you're talking about World War II, right? Your tank gets hit once, the crew's bailing out. You know, like, they're not going to stick around and watch their tank get filled full of holes. They're going to get out of there and try and survive. You know, that's the real world. But, you know, video games and things are done a little bit differently, and I understand, because you have the entertainment factor. But, I think sometimes there's a disconnect with some people that may not be familiar with, like, some of these things, that, like, the way the real world works and the way video games works, there's a dramatic separation. And I know when you're playing something like Halo, you get that, right? Or Doom, or like one of those games that's a little bit more, you know, outside the realm of physics and all that. But when you have a game like this, like, I think sometimes people can mistake what they see for reality, and or they play Call of Duty or something, and you know, they expect a certain thing. But I have to remember I have comms on, so things will sound a little louder than typically. And again, I'm not criticizing video games for not being realistic. I realize that there has to be some license given for entertainment. Yeah, I just realized I could put this down there. I've got the space for it. And until I find something that's worth putting in that slot, no need. Because like juice and stuff is not really worth a whole lot. I just picked up the propane tank because it gives you a decent amount of experience when you do so. I heard some shots early on in the match. Not heard a whole lot since. But yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to Mordhau later today. I know I'm not going to know what I'm doing, and I'll probably get killed a lot because players have been playing it for a little while. So their experience level is probably going to be decently high. But that's okay, we're just here to have fun. And Tarkov teaches you to accept failure, so... Oh. That kind of surprised me a little bit, and he broke my arm and blacked out my, blacked me out. What a lovely guy. Oh, there goes one of my splints. I knew there could be a guy there, but I wasn't paying attention for a split second there. We'll pick up his gun for the sake of argument. Yeah, there we go. Didn't stick there too long. Alright, so that's one scav down. We just have a few more to go. So that guy blacked out my arm. That's a permanent damage thing, so I can't recoup that. Let's close this door. I should probably check the parking lot here, but before I do that, I'm just going to take an E. Try and re-up here. Alright. Let's sweep the parking lot and make sure there's nobody here. Because scavs will hang out in this back area. They'll also hang out in the parking lot. Yeah, I don't see any. So, I think we're clear. At least for now. It is going to get dark pretty fast here. But that will be somewhat to my advantage. Interchange, the mall area is dark anyway, so it really doesn't matter what time period you go in. Oh, we should reload just so we get the bigger mag in here. It doesn't really matter what time period you get in. It's going to be dark in there. There's only one specific time. I think it's like around about noon. The inside can be a little bit better because you got skylights and stuff. We're just going to pick up most of the things. I have a quest to increase his stat, and the best way you do that is just looting and picking up a whole bunch of stuff. If I wanted to increase it faster, what I'd do is I'd pick everything up. But, heard a few shots there. Sounds like it's inside the mall. Couldn't tell you where inside the mall. If I can grab this power supply, there's a trade I can do, perhaps. I'm not going to go out of my way to do it, though. If it doesn't align with what I want. We'll probably drink our apple juice here to make some room, and we're a little thirsty. We've got the pineapple juice for later. Alright, let's search this. Okay, I think I may have already searched that, I don't remember. Alright. Let's go into the mall. So I forget, I think I need 5 scavs. Even 1 is kind of a success, though, on interchange, because it can be kind of... It can be kind of tough on this map to actually find scavs. Because the only places I think are reliable spawns are really dangerous. Okay, so this is the back of the idea. Back of the Goshan's right there. Idea can have some cool loot, so we might as well check that. And it can also have scavs, but I wouldn't say necessarily the most reliable spawns. Also, a lot of player scavs like to go this way, so we may run into them. And that's going to be our big problem on this map, is we're going to have a lot of player scavs, because this is the map you can make the most money on. And when you do a scav run, well, you're playing with house money, so you really have nothing to lose. So a lot of players will do their player scav runs on interchange. They'll run to where all the valuable loot is. They'll try and loot it. If they die in the process, oh well. And if they survive, they can make, you know, hundreds of thousands of rubles. So it's well worth their effort. So we do have to watch out for them as a result. It's all right. I get you. This is a nerve-wracking game to even watch. I do watch this game quite a bit, and I feel you on that. Alrighty. Clear so far. No loot there. Checking to see if I actually had room for any loot. We're getting pretty full up here. I may get out of here even though I've only gotten 1 kill. Because I also have a quest to survive on this map, and I think I've done enough looting, and I did get that 1 kill. We really don't have room for this, and I already have some others, so... Oop, a little bit of a lag spike there. Alright, we're gonna just peek out this door. The scavs can patrol out at the front of the store. I just want to see if they're there. Close this door for a sec. And just loot this. It's empty. Alright, we'll just do a little peeky here. I don't think we're going to see anything, and I don't really want to stick around here too much, because, as I said, this is a desirable place, because, like, rare electronics can spawn here. We didn't see that, but people don't know that until they check it. Oop. PM counter, huh? We'll pick that up over the hard drive. Alrighty. Well, that's another thing you have to learn about this game too, is what are things worth? Not just where the loot is, what is worth taking. You oftentimes can tell how inexperienced a player is just by what they're picking up as loot. If you see a player picking up a lot of nuts and bolts, they haven't figured out that nuts and bolts aren't worth picking up. At least not at this point in the game, they aren't. So that's kind of a, you know, a little bit of a dead giveaway. If we all go through that, we all have that period where we don't know what things are worth and we pick up nuts and bolts. Happens to everybody. And I think, you know, Some people, you can bounce off this game really easy. Because people will tell you, well, go to Interchange. That's the best place to make money. You should go with your PMC. And then they do that and they get murdered over and over again. Because they don't know where to go. They go to the places that people tell them to go. And those places are hot spots and they get murdered. There's a lot to learn in this game. And even when you know what you're doing, you can get killed a lot. But, you know, it's just one of those things. Eventually you have to learn that the deaths aren't a big deal. And although you can lose a lot of money in your deaths, like money worth of gear and what have you, it's recoverable. Everything's recoverable in this game. It's in a good place right now with where that is the case. So you just have to relax and roll with the punches, more or less. Although it can be hard sometimes. I had a moment that made me pretty angry last night when I was playing. I went on to customs and a bot, one of the scavs, aimbotted me so hard through a bunch of bushes and trees and crap. And I lost a lot of money's worth of gear. And I hadn't done anything on the map. Which is one of the things that frustrates me. If I go into a map and I do something, like even now, I got 1 kill on a scav. It's not a lot, but it was something, right? So I have something that I can go, okay, well, I accomplished that thing. But if I had died, like, right after I had spawned or what have you, that's where it starts getting frustrating. And when a scav aimbots you to death, it makes it even worse. So I got a little angry. I'll admit. That's not necessarily a bad item, I just don't have really room for it. And it's not good enough that I'm gonna be like, okay, drop this, drop that. This area I'm in right now is a little dangerous. That's alright. It's been kind of quiet on this map. I'll take the chance. Because there's a lot of... you know what, I'm just gonna go ahead and drop that. Oh, what is this? A red thingamabobber. We'll drop some duct tape and pick it up. I don't know what the point of it being red and what have you is, but I've never seen it before, so we're picking it up. Gotta keep eyes down this way because scavs can be in the back of the Goshan. It looks like an ammo box. I can't really tell what it is, and I don't have to do the parkour to find out if it's just junk ammo. A D fuel, not really worth picking up. Although, that's worth picking up. Red-handed pliers are worth like 9 grand. I'm hearing the burning. I was hearing a noise. There's like this weird invisible wall here. Hey, Iggy! Happy Tuesday. Is that a holiday where we honor Chewbacca, or where we chew on some good food? Or is it like you chew on like gum or taffy or something? It has to be something where you really chew and chew, right? That's definitely a gun. Arguable which one's worth more, the Vepr or the Klin. Here, this is what I'm gonna do. We use that. Drop that, drop that. Hold that. How I'm doing this while drinking juice, I don't know. I have 4 hands. Put that there. That. Go. We might find something even cooler here. But we'll pick it up for now. The loot's been alright to us. I wouldn't say we found anything necessarily spectacular. Oh, I should have dropped the propane tank. It's not really worth carrying around with me. So if we find something awesome, we'll drop that, but I kind of forgot about it. Ammo box. Got the hiccups again. Lunchbox is probably worth taking, so we'll pick that up. We'll pick this up. What type of ammo are you? HP? That's not really worth taking. That's another big thing about the learning curve of this game, is what is the good type of ammo? And there's nothing in game that tells you that too, which is something I really wish they would change. Because having to go to wikis and like people that are hardcore into the game, they have like Google Docs and what have you of like all the ammo and stuff and what's good. Having to resort to that for a new player, probably not the wisest thing to require a new player to do. And even me, who's played this game a little bit more. Oh, hello. Shoot. Put that there. That there. That there. Put that there. Put that there. That there. Really didn't like having to do that, but condensed milk is worth a lot to me anyway. So I want to keep it around. We may run into scavs on the way out, but at this point I'm on my way out, so. I'm gonna check behind me every so often, just make sure a player is not coming in behind me. Okay, I don't think I see anything, but last time I made that assessment, there was a scav over and around this area somewhere. And they came up and were shooting down at me with a shotgun. Pissed me off a little bit. Okay, I think we've thoroughly checked now. There's nobody here. A little bit of a bummer, because I'd like to kill some scavs. So they can play around on this ramp. They can play around down here. They can play around in the road. Don't see any of that. Ah! Come on, jump. You can do it. Nothing there. On this corner. Okay, I've learned a little bit of a lesson with this map. In that, we're gonna go around at this point. Keep our eyes open for scavs. The lesson is, you get your leg blacked out and you're on the other side of the fence, you need to jump the fence to get over. And if your leg is blacked out and you don't have painkillers, you won't be able to make the jump. So, yeah. So what is your plan, Ziggy, for good food? You have anything in mind? I don't know why, but the first thing that popped in my... Ah, deli, okay. First thing that popped in my head was coleslaw for some reason. I don't know why. Pastrami and rye? Okay. Any cheese? Like, I'm not really that big of a coleslaw guy, but when coleslaw is made well, it is good. The problem is it's oftentimes not made well. Like, if you get it from, like, grocery store or something, pre-made, a lot of those are meh. You don't do cheese except on pizza. Oh, man. Cheese is good. All right. So I did just complete a quest there. I wish it had been a little bit more active, but I've had this problem lately on Interchange where scavs are just not spawning in a lot of places they spawn, except for inside the mall. And I wouldn't have mind going inside the mall. I had a lot of loot. And that's like oftentimes what happens to me is I get a lot of loot and then I get to a point where I'm like, well, I should just leave. And then I do. Let's see if that scav bastard, though, hit me in the chest. My favorite daily sandwich is a good Reuben. I'm a big sucker for corned beef as well. So... Alright, so we're going to have to go through and pick on what we're going to sell and what we're going to keep. So that's a sell for sure. I think the magnet's probably a sell for sure. I think I'm going to get rid of this as well. We'll sell the gun. We'll sell the pistol. So these are our initial items to sell, and then we'll go from there. So what's the deal with this? So just red. For, do I have a particular gun that this goes on? Oh, it's for this specific, handguard. Okay, which I've never used, so... Alright, that's fine. We'll stick it somewhere. Do I have a area to stick it? I might have a bag or somewhere that... Yeah, there we go. Alright, so let's sell our stuff and we'll go from there. So what I've been doing is I go to Peacekeeper to sell guns, just so I'm getting dollars in. Because the ammo I buy is from him, and you buy it with dollars. So there's that. And then I'll sell everything else here. You know what? I'll just sell that to him as well. I'll sell the other two things to the therapist so that we get at least some ruble intake, because that's where your main currency lies. So there we go. So dollars. And oh, I didn't sell that magnet. Whoops. Goals. Oh yeah, we want to sell the pliers as well. We'll just take those out of our inventory real quick. There's a trade I want to do with the power supply. I want to say it's for an MP7. What's the trade? A GPX plus a power supply gets you a MP7. Out of curiosity, what does an MP7 sell for? Is that not an item I could even buy? It looks like it's not an item I can buy, and there's a lot of people that are selling on the flea market for well more than what these are worth. So we'll go ahead and give that a purchase. So we've got I have a handful of GPXs, but power supplies I don't have as many of because they're kind of big items. But the good thing is I can just do this trade right away. And did I not take that out of my inventory? Sometimes you could get a bug if you do that. So luckily it didn't affect me there. All right. Where do I want to put this? Let's put it there for now. Let's sell this. We'll sell that to Peacekeeper as well. And then we have the two things that I want to sell as well. All right. Go with Peacekeeper first here. Get another almost 150 bucks. That's not too bad. Yeah, so the reason why I'm doing that is just the ammo is so expensive. It costs me like, every time I buy it, it costs me about $900. So. Oh, while I'm at it, we should sell that key because it's an extra key. Give me a couple thousand there. There we go. So all in all, that wasn't necessarily a bad run. I definitely could have made more money if I had risked more, but no need to risk if everything else is going all right. All right, let's top ourselves up with ammo. I still have a little bit left. And then we'll try and get rid of these items. Okay, so I just had one space in there. Probably the GPX there. The CPU fans are important because I have a trade that I do to get the M4s. It's 3 CPUs and 3 CPU fans. And you get yourself a M4. I don't think I have any CPUs because I've been doing these trades often. Because I've been going through M4s often for this quest. This quest is actually frustrating me quite a lot because it's the perfect combo of an expensive gun with crappy armor. So you die easily, but every time you die, it hurts really pretty substantially because of how expensive everything is. Even just the ammo. Dying and losing the ammo is hard. Just from an expense standpoint. So he dinged my helmet. He shot a Taz at me, right? So he hit me in the arm, and one pellet hit me in the head. That wouldn't have killed me even if I hadn't had a helmet, but it would have come close. Well, that's the other reason why I got out, is because that guy blacked my arm. We are getting to a point where my splints are kind of like past their usefulness, so we'll probably sell that. I have a bunch more. I just would have to like figure out where the hell I put them, because my stash right now is kind of a mess. I have a single splint just sitting here that I could use instead, but I have quite a few of these aluminum splints, and they get 5 uses, which I've oftentimes found, like in that last run we only got 1 break, but I oftentimes find in some matches, there we go, we got one right there, that I get mini blacked out limbs sometimes. I think I've had like upwards of 3 breaks at one point in some matches, so it's good to have the 5, because if you had 5 breaks in a match, man, well, actually, you're kind of lucky you're not getting worse than that, but that's bad luck. All right, so I did complete a quest, I believe. I'm either right on it or I'm 1 off. Yeah, there we go. 7 survives and interchange. So another reason to get out on that last run. So we can turn that one in. We get some backpacks. I don't think I'm going to collect those just yet, because it's going to be requiring a lot of inventory management to even fit them, because they're huge, I think. But we can take the experience. Money and stuff we'll get later. Yeah. That does lead into a quest, but I think you have to be level 40 to get to it, so that's unfortunate. I'm still working to that. That's my overall goal, is to get to level 40. So we could pick that up whenever we need. I want to be on prepper though, because we may need to get these insurance. Okay, so we don't need to repair the helmet. We're good to go there. Ammo's good. Medicals are good. As far as our tasks go, we only killed 1 scav, so we should be on 8 for both the maps that we have to go to now. All right, good to know. All right, so let's take a look at our choices here. So it's either interchange, in the middle of the night, or shoreline. I don't want to do a middle of the night run, because I know you guys have a hard time seeing when I do night runs, even though in my opinion that's the smart move. If I want to kill scavs and get in, get out, that's the way I think you need to do it. But do I risk a middle of the day interchange run? Let's see what the player amount is. Okay, so there's that many. I'm going to base this entirely on how many players I see queued in there, although that is kind of a faulty measurement. It looks kind of roughly the same. Maybe interchange had 1 more person. See, this is the problem, though. The problem with either map is the scavs are guaranteed to spawn in the most dangerous spots of the map. The problem being is that's the spots on the map that players are most likely going to go. And if they go there, they will kill the scavs before you get there. And then when you get there, the scavs will all be dead. Yes, there are scavs respawns, but if somebody completely wipes an area, the spawns can take 10 to 15 minutes to happen. And then when they do happen, it may only be 1 or 2 scav that spawns in. So they just trickle in. So you have a long time to wait. And then when you do wait, like, doesn't really help. Well, I'm also seeing a lot of people coming in and out here. So I'm actually torn, because in my opinion, my loadout is best for interchange, because I don't have a scope. In my opinion, some of the places where you have the better guaranteed kills on scavs, on shoreline, it helps to have a scope. You can manage without it, but then you're having to use your Mark 1 eyeball to make long range shots, which is tough. Tougher. Whereas interchange, most of the time the ranges are pretty close. I feel like we're gonna die here, but we're gonna take what I feel like we're set up for. Ooh, geez, these hiccups. I talk a lot, and I swallow a lot of air, and it leads to hiccups. That's okay, though. We got tea. I usually am not plagued by hiccups to the point where, like, they don't stop, so that's a good thing. Yeah. So, like, we only need 4, and I could get that all in one raid, or I could take me mini raids. Like, if I only kill 1 or 2 at a time, like I did last time, it could take, you know, it could take 4 raids. Alright. We spawned in kind of roughly the same place we did last time. I'm going to do a little bit of different strategy here, though. What is our extract? Northwest. Okay. Well, the smart thing to do would be go around that way and then go along to the power station and then go to extract, because that's on the way. If you're talking about efficient route. But that's the thing. That's the efficient route. Let's go the inefficient route. I think we're more likely to survive if we go the efficient route, if there's a lot of players on the map. There's also a scav potential in this tented off area. We're going to check for that. So as you can see, it's very bright at noon hours. And even inside, it tends to be better. Okay, I'm just chilling here a second, because people can spawn in this tented area, and if they came this way, they would see me, and I'd be out in the open for quite a while. So, we're going to have to be ready to run to that van in case we need to. But I'm just going to take my time here. We got an hour on the map. The longer we take, I think the better our chances are to find scavs, because they'll spawn in progressively. I feel like I went a little too fast on the last run, and we didn't give that time. But I hit some focus points that I wanted to hit. But the problem is those focus points were looting points. They were not killing scav points. So, I mean, there was a potential for it. We did find one. Alright, we're starting to get close here. We'll have better cover once we get into this tented area. Okay, so this is a kind of reliable spawn for medicals. Let's make sure we're on our gear. That would have been a mistake. We're just going to chill here for a second. I also want to just sit here for a second and listen. It's been quiet on this map. A little too quiet. Not hearing any gunshots. And we spawned in pretty fast, so there's probably a decent number of players in with us, I would say. Then you gotta wonder, what are they up to? They're not making any noise. Okay, once I get to this bus, I'm gonna go full auto. But I just want to get behind the bus before I do that. Alright, let's chill for a second. Full auto. I'm also trying to take my time so that there's scavs. What are we looking at? We've been on the map for 4 minutes. And all we've done is pick up a splint. This is one of those moments you don't really want to die, because that would be quite a loss. Peeking through the window there to see if we saw anything. Okay, so the scavs can patrol around in these tent areas. I oftentimes only see one, but even then it's not very guaranteed, so there's a lot of times I walk through here, especially this early in the raid. I walk through here and I don't see anything. We also have to respect late spawns. People that have really crappy internet can spawn in 2 or more minutes late. Now I hear gunshots. Pretty faint. There he is. That took a lot of shots. But we just followed the mouse school of just hose it down with bullets until it dies. He called me a bad name anyway. I know enough Russian by playing these Russian games to know that that was a bad word he used. He should not have called me that. That was mean. Alright, we can reload now. And that's why we came where we came. Might not be the only one, though, so we shouldn't be complacent. I do have a suppressor, so my shot's going to be a little quieter than normal. What do you got, my friend? Pepper. You had armor, which is why you took a little longer to die. I completely blew out his armor. Oh, thank you for the monies. We'll pick that up. It is possible somebody heard my shots nonetheless, though, because this is a suppressed M4, so although it's quieter, it still makes noise, for sure. Just gonna listen for a little bit. Feel like we have decent cover and we can listen. We can take a sip of a drink. Someone comes through my left, I'm gonna hear that for sure, because it's gonna go bing, bing, bing as he steps on the metal grate, so we'll have a heads up on that. Heard more gunshots, but again, very faint, probably indoors. Alright. Alright, another one down. Let's see if we can get more abuse sides. Hey, Trigun. So, those of you that have seen me on the weekends, Trigun is somebody that has played with me in the past, doing co-op runs of Escape from Tarkov. Doing a little bit of an interchange run right now. There is a green box right here. Let's go ahead and get a little greedy and go and get it. Junk, junk. I'll take it. I don't know if that's really worth a whole lot, but I'll take it. Alright, let's switch to single shot, because we might have a little bit more longer range engagements now. If I run anybody at this point, though, it will be a player, not a scav. But again, we're going to take our time here. Been on the map for a little over 8.5, about 8 minutes. It's a hard map to learn. There's a lot of places you need to like be familiar with to know where the best loot is. It's the place you can make the most money. But as a result, it's very dangerous if you don't know like a way to approach it. And even then, it's kind of dangerous. Most of the action happens in the mall area. I'm here to kill scavs, which is kind of tricky, because the places they're more guaranteed to spawn is like deep in the heart of the mall, where everybody hangs out, and the chance that you get killed there is very high. It's right outside the Kibba, which is where everybody wants to go. Because if you have the keys to Kibba, you need two. There's a door, and then there's a grate behind that. But it's the gun store inside the mall. And the loot is pretty darn good. If you're into that kind of thing, you can get armor, you can get weapons, you know, all kinds of stuff, weapon parts. So people like to make a beeline there, and a lot of player scavs will make a beeline there as well, on the hopes that a player has opened it for them, and then they'll either look to kill the player or they'll look to pick up the scraps. Even if a player goes through and loots the good stuff, there's still decent enough scraps that a player scav is willing to risk it. Okay, full auto gunshots there. Hard to say if that was indoors or outdoors. So it didn't sound muffled to me, but it sounded far away. The good thing about interchange, though, is the extracts are really easy. There's northwest, which is over that way, and there's southeast, which is over that way. You'll have one or of the two, depending on where you spawn, and then everybody gets the car at the power station, which I'm about to head to the power station. You need money to use that. Technically, I do have that money because so Northwest is my extract, but I'm not going there because I don't feel like I've accomplished enough yet. Yeah, you have to have, I think, 3,000 rubles to be able to use the car. Yeah. And then, there's a couple other places that are hotspots for scavs that everybody talks about. So the danger factor goes up because everybody talks about that. Spot number 1 is the Tech Light, which is on the 2nd floor. It's like an electronics store, so you can get some of the more expensive electronics like graphics cards and what have you. And then down below that, if you go on the escalator right nearby the Tech Light, there's another electronics store called Texho, and then there's a furniture store across from that. And those two can have really rare spawns, so people like to go there. And then that's right out at the entrance into Idea. So the place that goes in and out of Idea into the mall, like that's the entrance from Idea to the mall. It's right in that area. Not really, but you have to have it in hard cash, right? So I got 10K off of a scav, so I have that money on me. Normally I don't bring money into the run, so if you don't get money some way, you can't really use it. It's also a one-use item, so once it gets used by somebody, it's gone. But I don't oftentimes see people use it. It's just one of those things. But if you're really hard up for the cash, you can hit cash registers in the mall. A lot of the cash registers in the big stores are locked, but the ones in the mall, some of them are locked, but most of them aren't. So you can cobble together a 3,000 rubles, but it takes you like a few cash registers to do that. And I don't really go out of my way to loot the cash registers on this map. Okay, this is where we're going to start running into a danger zone. Because we're right outside the power station. We'll take a knee and take a drink. Most of the shooting I've heard sounds like it was more on the Idea side of things. Idea's not a bad place to go if you want to kill scavs. They're not necessarily guaranteed to be there, but they do spawn in decent numbers, especially if they're left alone for a while, they'll accumulate. The problem with that, though, is a lot of players know that, so players that are looking to hunt scavs, I've seen it many times where a player will come in first thing in a map, run to the Idea, and then just camp it and kill all the scavs they can. So there's a good chance if you get there, if you go early, you'll run into another player looking to kill the scavs, or just looking for action in general. Or if you get there late, somebody might have already killed all the scavs, and then there aren't any left for you. Alright, power station can be dicey. It's not necessarily a reliable spawn-in of scavs, but sometimes they can spawn in decent numbers. Okay, once we get to this dumpster, I think we're close enough to go full auto, so I'll do so. Alright, so the big place they like to hang out, although they do hang out on this ramp here and in the road here. They like to hang out in the parking lot. Ooh, it's full launch. Oxygen not included? That's cool. Good to hear. I haven't played that in a while. Kind of been waiting for it to fully develop, and now it apparently has. And hey, Leo. I'm sure you have been here for a little while, but I didn't see you until just now. Oh, another aluminum splint. I'm just gonna put that right in my lockbox. Not a bad pickup. What do we have here? Just money? Looks like they want me to use that car. Not quite enough to use the car, though. Alright, scavs, where are you? Are you even here? Don't be a dick and have none be here. They like to patrol in behind the power station as well, so there might be one on the other side here. That's where we ran into him last run. Oh, I hear that was a total I heard movement situation. So you must have been inside the power station. I'll pick up his armor. What the hell? What do you got here, my friend? A little sighted up Taz? Cheeky. Now, is this a player? Player scav? Interesting. Let's check his this, because when they put them in their pocket like that, that screams to me that they have something else going on here. Alright, let's go around the back here. That's where comms really saved me right there, because I could hear him coming. Okay, so we got 2 down. So that means we have 2 more to go. Alright. You know what? I'm gonna dump that armor because it's not really worth a whole lot. Especially as I completely devastated it. Let's top off our mag. Ah. Leo, I didn't know you had oxygen not included. Doesn't surprise me, though. It seems like it's up your alley. Alright. Load. Okie dokie. So nothing on the cooler area. I do have a objective to, like, loot. Like, I have to level up a stat, which you level up by looting, so... The more stuff I loot and the more stuff I pick up, the faster I'm going to level that skill up. And I'm like more than halfway done with it, but it's a very slow process to level it up. I do have to keep my ears open though. Yeah, and I know they've changed it a lot since the last I played, because I was watching... Was it Ryan playing? I want to say that he played recently. And I could tell right away that there was stuff that had definitely changed. Okay, that's pretty much the bulk of the stuff. That up. One more computer in here. More gunshots. Sounds closer. Definitely inside, though. Alright. Just listening for a second. Thought I heard movement. Let's switch back to single shot. Oh, cool. Alright, we're gonna go into the idea here. Okay. Thought I heard something, but it was probably just my own feet. Still have a little bit of room. You know what I'm gonna do? Just for the sake of argument, in case I end up wanting to dump that Taz, we'll just take the mount off of it, so it's easier to dump. Because that Taz is going to be a high priority for me to bring back. It's not going to be worth a whole lot, but if I don't get anything else, then at least we have something. Alright, we're going to go into idea again. I don't know if that's the wisest move. Kind of hard for me to tell where those gunshots were. They're definitely inside. They sounded closer, though. So they could be in here. Some juice. We might need that. On the map a decent amount of time. We've been on the map about 20 minutes now. And again, the longer we spend on this map, the better off we are. I'm just going to go ahead and drink this now. Pineapple juice gives you 50 hydration, so we definitely could have held off on that, but what the hell. Might be able to pick up more drinks anyway. So this idea is another hotspot as well. There's an office And it can have a bunch of rare electronic spawns. Yeah, Taz is really easy to get, and it's kind of a junk weapon. But again, if I get more items, I'm just gonna toss it. It's not really worth keeping around. Alright, we're gonna have to be prepared here. But yeah, if you're gonna do your scav runs, this is one of the spots you should run to check out. Well, not necessarily run, head to. Somebody's been here. This door is not normally open. Or, I'm sorry, closed. So there's no real point in going in there unless the player's still in there. Yeah, this has been done. I'm backing off. We're not here to kill players. There's a player scav, that's fine. Another dead body right there, I think. That's another thing you learn with experience. You can just look at a door and go, somebody's been there. You know the states of the doors naturally. And if that state is disturbed, you know somebody's been there. And one of the main reasons I would have gone there is to kill those scabs that were already killed. You know? The ones with the dead bodies. That's where we're... There's a loot we could pick up, but we're really there to kill those scabs, if they were there. Last time we checked, they weren't there, but the loot was, so we grabbed the loot. But this time, neither the loot nor the scabs are going to be there, so there's no point in going that way. There's something... Alright. So I put myself pretty much on the opposite side of where my extract is, but again, we're looking to be on this map a decent amount of time. And if it's really dead in the area I'm about to go into, I might go on the second floor. And try and push a little bit more for the kills. Hopefully I don't have to do that, though. Am I still on single shot? Yeah, we'll need it for a bit, and then we'll want to switch back to full auto. Just have to remember I'm on single shot and not to try and hose. Alright. Here, I'll hit this duffel bag. There we go, we found some juice. I'll pick up the bandage, what the hell. You know, I'm just making sure of noise. So if you see me just abruptly stop, that's why. I want to make sure I'm covering myself. Okay. Clear. Egg. Pick that up. That up. I don't know if this is good or not, but we'll pick it up nonetheless. This is one of the more valuable places you can go, in my opinion, and very few people check this area. I don't know how many people actually know. That's close. That was a grenade, I think. Although grenades are deceptive, because they're very loud. Sometimes it's hard to pin down, especially when you're wearing comms. It's hard to pin down how far away they are. We're not gonna be lazy here. And, loot too hard. There's loot I'm leaving behind for sure. But we're just gonna be calm here. Where we are, we've got like a straight earshot into the mall though. And another grenade, I think. No, that's a gunshot. That is. So I think I'm going to cross off my list what I was originally going to do, which was to go into the back of the ghost shan and try and go up to the second floor. Because there's, I think, somebody in there. There's also a lot of loot in here, but I don't really want to dilly-dally. Whatever that is very loud. Alright, I want to check this area to make sure there's no scavs. We might go into the alley instead. But I'm gonna check this ramp here. Wanted to listen. Of course, the guy has to stop shooting once I leave the ghost shan. Oh, come on, scavs. You can be here in like 3s and 4s. Play ball. Not even seeing dead bodies. We're gonna check this a little thoroughly. Just to be sure they're not here. It looks like we got a nada. This is one of those moments where you're just getting shafted by the game. Because, like, as I said, there could be 3 or 4 scavs in this area easily. And there's absolutely 0, and there never has been because there's no dead bodies either. Oh, there's a dead body. Spoke too soon. I might even... That's not a player, is it? This might be unwise to check him, but... Not sure he's been looted. He doesn't look like he has been. I'm not going to grab either of those things, though. We want to kind of be quick here, in case somebody's camping it. Alright, so that was probably the only scav that's been in this area. And he's already dead. Kind of disappointing. And this is what I'm talking about. You go to the place where scavs can be, but if somebody already rolls through and they kill them, no soup for you. Okay, those gunshots are fainter now, so I don't think they're in the idea here. Not the idea, the ollie. Just want to listen for a second. Scavs can spawn in pretty big numbers in the alley. Oh, that's right in there. God damn it. I'm trying to avoid a player confrontation and still get scav kills, and I don't think I can. Because everywhere I go, there's players. Probably a player camping where the scavs are. Not sure what to do about this. We either go anyway and we just take what fight we're gonna get, or we try and head in safe. I just don't know how to do that. Alright, F it. I'm gonna go with my original plan and go through the ghost shan. It could kind of gets us where we want to go eventually anyway, which is our extract. Because the more we head over here, the further away we're getting. I'm just annoyed that I've checked a couple places where scavs can be and they weren't there, or they were already killed. It's alright, I've looted well enough now that I'm happy enough with that. Let's just get in here and get our objective done. Full auto. Come through here. This is my original plan until I hear to hurt all those gunshots. And if you're wondering why I'm avoiding the players so hard, is because the armor I'm forced to wear for this quest is really not good. But the gun I have is very expensive, so If I get the drop on them, I have a good chance of killing them. But if it's a fair fight, like, you know, both of us notice each other at the same time, I'm at a disadvantage. If I have a guy that's pretty decently geared, he's going to own me. So at that point, it's just skill versus skill and gear versus gear. And the gear will aid you quite a bit in the skill versus skill competition. Sometimes it's hard to make out whether that's a dead body or just refuse. Well, nobody's been here. Hello. I don't know why I'm taking the AR barrel. Probably not really worth all that much. Because that's your default AR barrel. Any M4 you buy is going to have that. Yeah, just refuse. Oh, big lag spike. Maybe scabs coming in, which is actually a good thing for me. How are we doing on hydration? Not too bad. Got here. EP. No, thank you. Got some juice in there. Might drink my apple juice and then pick that up. Or if we got a drink in here, which it looks like we may have. Yeah, we'll just drink the apple juice and then we'll pick up the pineapple juice. Anything I want to drop? See that? Okay, pineapple juice. How are we doing on our timer? We're at 27 minutes. Once we get to about 10, we want to get out of here. But in my opinion, the longer we take, more likely players are going to be gone. And those shots we're hearing, they may be just player scavs killing each other. Oh, I want to go up the stairs. Whoops. There we go. Here. Alright, get a little bit of a weapon crate in here. Oh, did I not pick up that pineapple juice? That's okay, we got a lunchbox to replace it. That'll do. Alright, we're gonna go upstairs. So this is the moment where we're going to be going into the more dangerous spots of the map. I'm going to go back to single fire here. Because although there's going to be... you know what? Let's do full auto until we know we want single shots. But in my opinion, if we want to go to the more dangerous part of the map, being upstairs is more of a good idea. Here we go. How many do we need? I want to say we're at 8, so we need 4. I don't want to check right now, but we'll just assume we need 4. I mean, I'll get a pop-up when I do it. There's the tech light right there. Easy to spot because it's got that lit-up red sign. Maybe player scavs in there, but I don't really want to poke the bear with that. If they've got a Mosin or a Hunter or something, they could just annihilate me. This is the moment where I have to be careful. Okay, crunch, 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 I got you. Stop with the crunch. Okay, down below, off the side of this balcony, is where the Kibba and all that nonsense is. So what we need to do, we need to make sure there's no players up here, and then we need to peek down. Because we might get some good scab kills that way. I'm looking to my right. And ahead. We're also looking down. me just double check I'm on single shot. Yes, I am. We might be get an opportunity to snipe some scavs here. There's one. Trying to get into a place where I got a good shot on him. Hi. Got him. There's a lot of shots I had to pump into him. Let's go into the store and like hide for a second. I probably need to calibrate my sights to like 100 meters. He was probably further away. Okay, is there anything in my inventory that I want to take with me? Maybe this. Okay, so I just made a bunch of noise. We got 1 kill. Let me just check my task list. So we only need 1 more. I guess I had progressed further than I had thought. So now we're gonna need to make sure there's no players coming for me before we reset and try and snipe again. But if you can get in this position, this is your position to snipe scavs. Because they hang out down here in large numbers. And you can get the drop on them usually by being above them. Oh. I don't know if that was a player or a scav. Let's reset somewhere different. Could just be a scav that aimbotted me. I didn't see him, but he definitely saw me. Might get an opportunity to peek him from here. Well, this area is a little bit more dangerous. We'll get to the sandbag and then peek down. Just want to make sure there's nobody else up here. Anybody down there? You just need 1 more. There's the Kibba right there. Which I can't tell if it's been opened or not. Not from here, anyway. Oh. Somebody's going up that escalator. Where? F, I don't know where it is. Damn it, he was right off to my left, and there was a big lag spike at that moment. And I went to dive down, and it dove down the wrong direction, and I couldn't turn over to him. God damn it. So that was a scav that had locked on to me. I heard him coming, but I was confused at which direction he had gone, and I couldn't see very well because of how damn dark it is in there. So we were 1 away. That hurts. That hurts real bad because we were 1 away. I thought he had gone to the right because I was looking there and I didn't see where he went, but there was stuff in my way, so I just sucked hard there. That was my fault. Well, if it's any luck, it's not a player scav, which I don't think it is. But that hurts because we should have been done with that quest if I hadn't effed it. I'm kind of salty a little bit, but not too bad. Let's get my insurance and see if that is anything I need. That's a big negative. Yeah, I have a feeling that my insurance is not really going to bear fruit here. Well, we're not going to be doing any more M4s. Not when you get insurance like that. What, buddy? You coming here to say hi to me? You want to say hi to the rest of the peoples? What? Like, no, you're going to pick me up. You're not in trouble. Come here. Yeah, I hear you. I don't think you guys can hear him, but he's meowing at me. It's not really anywhere close to their snack time. Usually their snack time is 2. But sometimes they can bug me up to a half an hour before, so I guess it's not too surprising. I'm trying to see if I can grab a hold of him so you guys can see him. Oh well. He's just here to bug me for a minute. Alright, well, we had a little bit of rough luck there, but that's okay. We'll just do a fun run to wrap things up. This should already be ready to go. And this is just going to be an offline fun mode. Whenever I have like a bit of bad luck, which I'm telling you, this quest has been a pain in my ass. I spend so much money getting the gear together, and then I have runs like that where I don't know how many scab kills I got, but it wasn't a lot. And I only needed one more, and I could have been done with that map. And then I wouldn't have minded of dying, but now I have to go on that map for 1 kill. That pisses me off. Oh well, it happens. It's Tarkov for you. And a lot of it was I could hear him, and I knew he was coming up that escalator, and I just didn't know where he went after that, and I got all confused. Then he shot me to death. Because I have really crap armor that the game forces me to use. Also, there was a big lag spike when he started shooting at me. So when I went to go down, I think I went to like strafe or something, and when I went prone, it put me prone into the bench, facing the bench. And then when I went to turn to the left, it wouldn't let me. So I actually had a chance to kill him too, and it just... I think I also got confused on where he was and thought he was I thought at first he was shooting me across the way, which is why my initial gut reaction was to turn that way, because I was like, is he shooting me from over there? Let me get in cover for that. But then I went to go down to turn to where he was, and then I got a big lag spike, so I just went down facing the bench. Yeah, so my cat is definitely in the mode of I'm going to annoy the piss out of you right now. So I'm going to try my best to ignore him, but we're just doing a... Oh, I grabbed the wrong gun. We're just going to do a fun run anyway, so it really doesn't matter, but... When they want something, that's how they go to get it. And I'm really... not putting things together here. All right, so this is just going to be an offline fun run. I could set up my medicals and other things better here, but yeah, whatever. It is what it is. None of this stuff really matters. We're just in there for the gun and the fun. Put that up there. And then we're going to have fun playing Mordhau after this, so... I kind of want to do the scav run, though. You know what? We'll set up for the scav run. And if that's successful, that'll actually help me with a quest. Because I do have a quest to pick up respirators. I can't tell if I have a backpack or not. We'll go to 6 a.m. So my one cat's just in the other room. You guys can't hear it, but he's just screaming right now in the kitchen, which is that way. So he's just on the other side. And he's going to do that until I feed him, which is his time to get fed is like a half an hour from now. Well, 25 minutes at this point. It's funny too, because like for a long time I was streaming on this schedule and they never bugged me. And then like probably, I don't know, the past week or so, they bugged me like almost every stream at some point. One of the cats has come in here and just been annoying. They could be more annoying, though. Oh, good. I have no front sight. And we already hear somebody firing away. Did I come with a backpack? I sure didn't. How late in the raid are we? Oh, this is like right at the start of the raid. Alright, we're gonna hit stuff and try and get out. Oh, players. Just give him a little bit of a friendly tap. Yeah, I don't have a front sight, so that was just kind of a winged out there shot. But I figure I give them a little bit of spice. A little spice for their life. And then we'll just run the hell away. Kind of bummed me out if I died, because I really do want this respirator. I always get turned around in the garage. I think going out that way is the right call. Like, the thing that's really confusing about the garage is that there's a wall in like, down the middle, and it kind of splits the garage in two. So you can't necessarily go from one side of the map to the other through the garage. But even if I didn't, like, hit that guy, I may have scared a little poo out of him, and then that's a success in and of itself. Well, if we want to go out, we could just go that way. I wouldn't get much loot, but I don't have a backpack anyway, so F it. And if I just made that guy get scared and then have him be like, oh, where'd that come from? Oh, I'm gonna have to hide and all that stuff. If I did that, mission accomplished. Mission failed if they're chasing me down and trying to kill me right now, but... I don't think he saw that coming, because I don't think either one of them saw me. They looked like they were just gonna walk past me. Likelihood I hit him, though, very low with a missing front sight, because when you have a missing front sight, your sight is not on. It's like you can line up your sights, but it's not going to be it's going to be like angled wrong. So at close ranges, you could hit something, but at that kind of range, probably not. Not unless you're very lucky or you know the deviation that the sight has. Yeah. And it happens a lot, too, the no front sight motion. Alright, well, a whole lot of nothing in that. And there's not going to really be any other loot on my way out here, so we're just going to run out. The important thing is I get the respirator. I need 2 more of these things for a quest. And I have to find them in raids for them to count. And anything that your scav finds counts as being found in raids, so you can't accomplish quests with your scavs. So, like, yeah, if you have that gas analyzer quest, for example, you can find it with your scav and it still counts, as long as the scav makes it out. Because it is an object that's found in raid. It doesn't have to be found by you in raid. But the way that doesn't work, though, is if somebody... Okay, so let's say I find a gas analyzer in a raid, I take it home with me, and then I come back into the raid and I hand it off to you. That doesn't work because it wasn't found in that raid, right? So it has to be found in the raid that you got it in for it to count. Now, We'll find out how right I am in here in a second. I'll be slightly embarrassed if that's not how it works, but I'm pretty sure that's how it works. So we're just gonna stuff that and that, that and that, that and that. Have that over there. Put that. We're gonna have to move something. That. Yeah, I'm not gonna get a lot of money from that run, but the important thing is we get the quest item. So I only really need one more at this point. I've actually had the opportunity to get that one more too, but didn't take it home with me, unfortunately died, so. Okay, let's see if we get the turn in. So it's skier, I believe. Yeah, there it is. So yeah, it does work with your scab. If your scab finds something in a raid, it works. So just need one more. And the fact that the guy spawned with it, I mean, scavs are the ones that you can't buy it anywhere, and obviously you have to find it in the raid, so even if you could buy it, you know, it doesn't work that way. I think I want to keep this rig, but we'll sell some of this stuff. Put the ammo in my ammo box. But, I'm just gonna move enough stuff that I can, do my run. Let's move this down here, because there's plenty of space for it. And then we'll sell this stuff, these three things. The Peacekeeper. Have the Mosin. Skier have the hat. Fence have the knife. Fence is the only one that will buy melee weapons, by the way, which is why I'm doing it that way. Pretty much the only reason you ever need to give him money for sell anything to him. Because you can't level him up, there's no reason to. So, yeah, you just sell off your melee weapons. Alright, let's have a rock and roll moment here. So we got our AKM with the drum mags, we got 2 backup drum mags, we've got decent armor here. This is going to be a little bit of stress relief after some crummy runs here. So, we're just going to do a little bit of factory. Enable offline, enable PvP, AI am out. Hi. Alright, let's go. So I was talking to Sin at the earlier stage of the stream, and they were asking about whether it's offline or online. It is online, and even when you're doing the offline mode, you're technically connecting to the server, so you still have the load up time, you still have the loading loot, you still have the server hitches. So it's not a perfect thing, but the good thing about it is it gives you an opportunity to learn the maps because there's no risk. Whatever I bring into this match, I'm not going to lose. Of course, the reverse element of that is anything you get, you don't get. You don't get to keep. Any experience you gain from killing things, any loot you get, all that disappears. All right. That's enough yapping. Let's get through the rockin' and rollin'. So laser on, full auto check. Go. Go, 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 go. Oh, wrong direction. Go, 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 other direction. Go, go, Power Rangers. Form of machine gun that fires lots of bullets. I hear you coming. Next contestant. Oh, we're out. Dump it. Thank you for stepping. I think there's one off to my right. Okay, nothing down there. Go to the other side of the map. I'm having fun with this. I think we're going to do this more often on the streams, is just have like this fun run offline. Like if we have a rough spot like we had where we die dumbly. Because Because frankly, I did a dumb thing there that got me killed. But we'll make up for it by, especially as the scabs killed me. We gotta get some vengeance on those scabs, the bastards. I hear them screaming, but they're off on the other side of the map, I think. They probably found the bodies of their comrades, and they're like, oh my god! Valve evacuation! Activate! Oh, we got grenades. Grenade out! I don't know. We didn't know if we got a good avenue to throw a grenade there. The first 2 grenades we're going to toss are going to be kind of crummy grenades. There's one. Oh, I think we got one with that. Well, maybe not. That might have been a guy we got earlier. See that shrapnel land right in front of me? We just did. We naded him for good measure. Just in case somebody wanted to have ideas down the tunnels. How are we doing on this mag? Almost empty. We're gonna do a reload right now. Because I think we're waiting for another scab spawn. Alright. Yeah, I definitely want to like to hang out in this little area. How you doing, my friend? Might be another one up in front of me. Don't any of you shoot me. Your aimbot nonsense. But yeah, this reminds me a lot of playing Rainbow Six 3. One of my favorite things. After you got all the maps unlocked, you could go on there and you do what were called... what were they called? Were they lone wolf missions? I don't remember. It was something where you could just... you could do a mission on the map and you could like kind of stipulate what it was. So like what I would do is just like, I just fill the map with as many bad guys as I possibly could. And then I just go in with a single dude and I'd try and kill them all. And that was just like a challenge I did. The one I like to do was like, it was like a rich dude's like penthouse suite. There's a dude over here somewhere. Give him a little bit of a grenade present. Gonna come down this way. Oh! Getting shot at from somewhere. Over there. Eat lead! Nope. Somebody else had a grenade. CR mag. Less than half. That's still okay. Because we got 73 rounds in this sucker. Oh, there's a guy over here somewhere. Oh, we're stuck. Oh, we're out. Run, run, run. Okay, we only got 30 round mags now. So we've gotten to the mode where we have to get the F out of here. We'll go through the tunnels, sure. I think we go through the tunnels. Let's go up and go into the office area. Anybody want to mess with me? No? Alright, good. I don't think I have any more grenades, so we're done with that. Curious if we got any grenade kills. I think I didn't really get any, but... Yeah, here's some in front of me. Oh, there's one on the balcony right there. Goodbye. Okay, we might find more in the Bridge of Death. Yep, clear. Somebody's coming? Yep. Welcome to the party, my friend. Come on. And you can really see that laser sway. Laser's so garbage with 75 FOV. I know you're in the bathroom. Where are you?
You better worry about bears.
Yeah, you better worry about bears, my friends. Where are you? I heard the tiles. I think they've gone around. I hear him stomping around upstairs. Oh, hello. Oh. Ow! Alright, let's get out of here. We're running low on ammo. That was a hallway, wasn't it? Just getting a peeky. Oh! Somebody tapped me. Alright, let's just get out of here. It's been fun! Yes, cat. We know you want food. You'll get food soon. Did you hear him that time? Because he was like right by the microphone when he... Might not have picked up though, because like my noise gate's pretty aggressive, and it's only really gonna pick up my voice most of the time. So even though he was right here, come here. They want to see you. Come here. Like, no, you're gonna grab me, and I might be in trouble. Come here. It's okay. Come here. Come on. It's okay. This is one of my more social. There we go. There he is. Hi. Like, I'm not amused. I'm not amused with the situation right now. Clap for like 2 seconds before he gets mad at me and leaves. Let's see how many we got, though. Okay, we got 18. Did we get any with the grenades? So AKM, 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 AKM. Yeah, all AKM. So grenades didn't really accomplish anything, but that's okay. I think we bettered our last record. I got 16 last time. So we'll see how we can, if we can continue to improve that. Maybe up it each time. See if we can get a higher record each time. I think what I need to do is either come in with a secondary weapon or something like that so that we can keep rocking. Because I don't know where I was on my ammo, and I really can't check because once you get out of the raid, that's pretty much it. But I'd like to see more efficient use of ammo, obviously, but that's not the point of this. The point of this is to rock and roll. Another way I could do this, because I think I have enough mags to do it. It doesn't tell you how many rounds you fired when you're offline mode, which is a little unfortunate. But we did almost 3,000 damage. Hit count was 86. We know we fired more than 86 rounds, so the accuracy wasn't necessarily there. 4 headshots, and if we had been in a raid where we'd get experience, is how much experience we would have gotten. You might be surprised that that's not that high, considering how many kills we got. If we had looted every single one of those guys we killed, though, this would be, like, astronomically high. This would be, well, not astronomical, but it would have been really high. We would have gotten probably 100 experience plus for each guy we checked. So that would have been pretty much double the experience we got.